Namaste. My name is Gary Whitney, and I'm here today to talk about a book that I published in April of 2019. It's called Song of the Avatar, Visual Riffs on the Bhagavad Gita. This book has basically 18 chapters, plus an introduction and an epilogue. And what I would like to do is go through the book a little bit at a time, and I'll start right at the beginning with the introduction, which I call the prelude. We see in the beginning two armies facing each other across a battlefield. This is ancient India. And these two armies represent a family divided. An exiled king is ready to fight for the throne that was lost to him with an ill-fated throw of the dice. The events leading up to this war are recounted in the Mahabharata, the longest epic poem in the literature of the world. It is 8 times as long as the Iliad and the Odyssey combined, and 3 times as long as the Bible. The Mahabharata tells the story of the Kuru family, descendants of the great king Bharata. Pandu reigned as king for a time, but left his throne in order to live in the forests as a mystic. Pandu's brother, Dhritarashtra, then became king, even though he was blind. Dhritarashtra had 100 sons who grew up with their cousins, the 5 sons of Pandu, also known as the Pandavas. Yudhishthira, the eldest son of Pandu, should have become king upon Pandu's early death. But since he was only a boy, his uncle continued to run the kingdom. When Dhritarashtra's oldest son Duryodhana grew up, he wanted to be king, and persuaded his father to help him gain the throne. Duryodhana tried to kill the Pandavas by trapping them in a burning house, but the brothers escaped. Yudhishthira had all the qualities that would have made him a great king, while Duryodhana had none. But Duryodhana knew that Yudhishthira's one weakness was gambling. So he invited Yudhishthira to join him in a game of chance, using loaded dice. Yudhishthira lost everything, including his land and kingdom. At Duryodhana's urging, King Dhritarashtra decreed that the Pandavas must live in exile for the next 13 years. Upon their return, the 5 sons of Pandu were brought before the blind king and his son. Duryodhana refused to yield the kingdom to Yudhishthira. After all attempts at making peace met with failure, the only option left was war. Soon, 2 opposing armies were encamped, awaiting the dawn. Thus ends Chapter 17 of Book 6 of the Mahabharata. Chapter 18 begins what has come to be known as the Bhagavad Gita. The Gita, while only a small part of the Mahabharata, stands alone as one of the most important mystical texts ever created. It has been called India's greatest gift to the world. Bhagavad Gita means Song of God, the celestial song. The writer of the Bhagavad Gita cleverly interwove historical facts with spiritual truths. By combining history with symbolism, the spiritual teachings are veiled from minds that are not yet ready to hear them. The 2 main characters of the Gita are Arjuna and Krishna. Arjuna, one of the 5 sons of Pandu, was a skilled warrior and the best archer of the bunch. Krishna was the prince of a royal family, as well as being Arjuna's cousin. Most people saw him as a relatively minor nobleman, but the wise ones knew that Krishna was actually an avatar, the incarnation of Vishnu. Vishnu is the aspect of God that preserves and protects the manifest universe from the forces of destruction and corruption. Avatars like Krishna are periodically born on earth to uplift humanity and restore virtue to the world. The war that is about to begin, however, is not Krishna's battle. He has vowed not to fight, although he does want Arjuna and his brothers to win. In this war, Krishna's role is to serve only as Arjuna's charioteer and advisor. The Bhagavad Gita is a conversation between a warrior and his charioteer. But on a deeper level, it's the dialogue between the human soul, represented by Arjuna, and the eternal reality, represented by Krishna. This dialogue takes place in the depths of meditation, where the soul is asking God questions, and intuition reveals the answers. Namaste.